Hello, everybody, and welcome into what is actually going to be my dynasty. I needed to redo some things with the title update coming and some other people coming out with their teams. I see that this team is actually more available than I thought, and I can really just get into things. So here we'll be taking over UAB as they have some breaking news that'll be showing up on your screen here in a second. They're going to bring in Doug Canoy here. You can pause, you can read that if you want to. Made a whole little article for y'all. But he was a former 4-star defensive tackle from the Ball State Dynasty I was originally doing last year that I kind of got away from as soon as Team Builder popped up. And don't worry, that's both my Team Builder and this Dynasty will be going all year. That's the plan. We're going to be trying to actually make something happen. Maybe we can take this team into the SEC or the ACC when the time is right. But when I take a look at this roster, I see that we have a lot of players in the key positions. They're going to be gone sooner than, I'd rather them be. And so we have two options. Either we try to go ahead and win now with the players that we have, or we phone it in early and see who can pop up behind these guys. Not to mention, when it comes to the transfer portal, a lot of people are going to transfer or going to want to transfer in or out. It's apparently crazy this year. So for all we know, we could be losing 30, 40, 50 players every season, depending on how bad things get. And I want this to be one of the more immersive dynasties out here, where we'll be taking a look around the country each week to see some of the more interesting games as we go through each of these seasons, as well as all the playoff games leading up to national championships. Sometimes I'll even give you guys multiple games from around the country each episode. For instance, that Texas and Ohio State game, that is one I'm going to show y'all before some of our gameplay when the time comes. And I know one game I will want to show y'all. I might be able to sneak it in here depending on how things are going. But when I look at another way of looking at this team, I think they're going to be playing, at least this season, they're going to be playing to just hold on to the lead. Not necessarily trying to win the game, but trying their hardest not to lose. An offense that'll be running the ball, trying to control the clock, a little bit of play action, short check downs. Like, this offense is going to run mainly through its running backs, not its quarterback, and running back by committee, if anything. As for our defense, I'm going to be playing this bend, don't break defense. Can be aggressive, probably going to be passive so we don't get burnt too much on the back end, and hoping that our opponent's offense is going to be making a lot of mistakes. Now, they say that the offense on this team is a spread. When I look at the playbook, it's built more like pro style. And when I look at the defense, it says 4-2-5, but the players show me that this can either be a 4-3 or a 3-3-5 variant. The thing is, this team across the board is lacking that top tier 90 plus speed in some of the positions, such as running back, safeties, corners. I don't expect linebackers to have them, but I do wish that the linebackers were a little bit faster than being in the 70s. So that is just another thing that we're going to have to look for, is trying to get faster and stronger, as we're going to end up having to recruit against majority SEC and ACC opponents. So that's another thing here. I haven't done the American Conference. I think that does make things interesting, and let's see how far we can take this. Now, speaking of that gameplay that I told y'all about, it'll be similar to this, as we're going to tune into Iowa State hosting Kansas State in a ranked game here. Both teams are going to come in ranked 17 and 18 here. And not to mention, it's a rivalry game. So we definitely get to have something here. And the way that I want to do this is, if the game's close, I'll show it to y'all. We jump into like the fourth quarter, we check around, we check some highlights. That's how I want to show y'all these games. I don't want it to be anything too crazy, as number 17 Kansas State travels in to take on number 18 Iowa State here. So now that the little intro is done here, we take a look at Avery Johnson here at the beginning of the fourth quarter here, and his receiver won't be able to hold on to this ball. And so they're going to try and go for it on 4th and goal. They are down 10-16. They could kick a field goal, rely on their defense, as it's been more of a defensive game here. And Johnson's going to break one sack, and he's going to scramble in from the 6-yard line, and he's going to get a rushing touchdown, which would put Kansas State on top by 1 point here. Now, Kansas State would end up getting the ball back after an Iowa State punt here. And from the pistol, they're going to hand this one off to Dylan Edwards, and he's going to get loose for 66 yards untouched all the way to the end zone here. And they're going to extend their lead by 8 points. So Kansas State trying to have a commanding lead here. Plenty of time left still in the fourth quarter here, as they would get the ball back again, and this time Avery Johnson looking, and he's going to pass this one. This will be picked off by Cooper around the 40-yard line, giving Iowa State a chance with under 5 minutes to either just shorten the lead or tie it up. And they're going to try and go for it here on 4th and goal, bringing out their heavy set formation. And from the 5, they're going to hand this one off, and they're not going to get it. And Kansas State needing one more first down to try and end this game. That's exactly what they're going to get on a 33-yard scamper here. So the first little gameplay of looking around the league this year will actually be Kansas State walking into Iowa State's house and handing them an L early in the season, as Avery Johnson will be your player of the game with just under 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, one of which was a rushing touchdown for him. Helped this team get there, and you can see the play is right here. But let me know if this is something that y'all are interested in. I definitely want to try and bring this some more around the channel and really dive into this. I will try to get the gameplay and the season started for y'all as soon as possible.
Yeah, I just wanna be the greatest. Everybody knows my name, shit. I'ma have this whole fucking game list, spitting with insane wit, and I'm gonna be famous. Ain't nobody able to delay this. Coming up, I had a